Number 6, value added to others. Perhaps the greatest source of respect for a leader comes from his or her dedication to adding value to others. Because I've already discussed this extensively in the Law of Addition. I probably don't need to say much here, but you can be sure that followers value leaders who add value to them, and the respect for them carries on long after the relationship has ended. Measure your level of respect. If you want to measure how much respect you have as a leader, the first thing you should do is to look at who you attract. Dennis A. Peer remarked, "One measure of leadership is the caliber of people who choose to follow you." The second thing you should do is to see how your people respond when you ask for commitment or change. When leaders are respected and they ask for commitment, their people set up and sign up. They are ready to take risks, charge the hill, put in long hours, or do whatever else is necessary to get the job done. Likewise, when respected leaders ask for change, followers are willing to embrace it. But when leaders who are not respected ask for commitment or change, people doubt. They question, they make excuses, or they simply walk away. It is very hard for a leader who hasn't earned respect to get other people to follow. Little box. One measure of leadership is the caliber of people who choose to follow you. Dennis A. Peer. A respected leader steps down. In October of 1997, college basketball saw the retirement of a great leader, someone who engendered respect as he spent more than 30 years of his life pouring himself into others. His name is Dean Smith, and he was the head basketball coach of the University of North Carolina. He compiled a remarkable record while leading the Tar Heels and is considered one of the best to coach at any level. In 32 years as head coach at North Carolina, he won a remarkable 879 games. His teams recorded 27 consecutive 20-win seasons. They won 13 athletic coasts. Excuse me, I'm scratching my eye and my glasses. I can't see. His teams recorded 27 consecutive 20-win seasons. They won 13 Atlantic Coast Conference titles, played in 11 Final Fours, and won 2 national championships. The respect Smith has earned among his peers is tremendous. When he scheduled the press conference to announce his retirement, people such as Hall of Fame coaches John Thompson, whom Smith beat for the national championship in 1982, and Larry Brown came to show their support. Michael Hooker, the chancellor of the University of North Carolina, gave Smith an open invitation to do just about anything he wanted at the school in the coming years. Even the President of the United States called to honor Smith. Little box. The leader must know. The leader must know he knows, and must be able to make it abundantly clear to those about him that he knows. Clarence B. Randall. Those closest to him respected Smith the most. But the law of respect can be best seen in Smith's career by looking at the way his players interacted with him. They respected him for many reasons. He taught them much about basketball as well as life. He pushed them to achieve academically, with nearly every player earning a degree. He made them winners, and he showed them incredible loyalty and respect. Charlie Scott, who played for Smith and graduated from North Carolina in 1970, advanced to play pro basketball and then went on to work as marketing director of Champion Products. Concerning this time with Smith, he said, "As one of the first black college athletes in the ACC, I experienced many difficult moments during my time at North Carolina, but Coach Smith was always there for me. On one occasion, as he walked off the court following a game at South Carolina, one of their fans called me a big black baboon. 2 assistants had to hold Coach Smith back from going after the guy. It was the first time I had ever seen Coach Smith visibly upset. And I was shocked, but more than anything else, I was proud of him." During his time in North Carolina, Smith made quite an impact. His leadership not only won games and respect of his players, but also helped produce a remarkable 49 men who went on to play professional basketball. Included in that list are greats such as Bob McAdoo, James Worthy, and of course, Michael Jordan. Not only one of the best players ever to dribble a basketball, but also a fine leader in his own right. James Jordan, Michael's father, credited Smith and his leadership for a lot of his son's success. Before a playoff game in Chicago in 1993, the elder Jordan observed, "People underestimate the program that Dean Smith runs. He helped Michael realize his athletic ability and hone it. But more important than that, he built character in Michael and took him through his career. I don't think Michael was privileged to any more teaching than anyone else. He had a personality to go with the teaching, and at Carolina, he was able to blend the two of them together. That's the only way I can look at it, and I think that's what made Michael the player he became." Michael Jordan understood what it meant to follow a good leader. During the waning years of his career, he was adamant about his desire to play for only one coach, Phil Jackson, the man he believes is the best in the business. It made sense. A leader like Jordan wanted to follow a strong leader, one stronger than himself. That's the law of respect. It's just possible that Jordan's desire got its seed when the young North Carolinian, still developing, was being led and mentored by his strong coach, Dean Smith. If you ever become frustrated because the people you want to follow you are reluctant to, it very well may be that you're trying to lead people whose leadership is stronger than yours. That creates a difficult situation if you're a 7 as a leader. 8s, 9s, and 10s aren't likely to follow you. No matter how compelling your vision is or how well thought out a plan you've devised. Mathematician Andre Weil observed, "A first-rate man will try to surround himself with his equals, or better if possible. The second-rate man will surround himself with third-rate men. The third-rate man will surround himself with fifth-rate men." That's not necessarily by design or because weaker leaders are insecure. It's because of the law of respect. Like it or not, that's just the way leadership works. So what can you do about it? Become a better leader. There's always hope for a leader who wants to grow. People who are naturally a 7 may never become a 10, but they can become a 9. There's always room to grow. The more you grow, the better the people will attract. Why? Because people naturally follow leaders stronger than themselves. Applying the law of respect to your life. Think about the last time you asked employees, followers, or volunteers for a commitment to something you were leading or to changing something they were doing. What was their response? In general, how readily do people rally to you in either of those situations? That can be used as a fairly accurate gauge of your leadership level. Number 2, take a look at the qualities of that help a leader to gain respect. Leadership ability, natural ability, respect for others, courage, success record, loyalty, value added to others. Evaluate yourself in each area on a scale from 1, low, to 10, high. One of the best ways to raise your leadership number is to improve in each individual area. In one sentence for each, write a practice habit or goal that will help you to improve in that area. Then work for a month on each to make it a regular part of your life. Number 3, one of my favorite definitions of success is having the respect of those closest to me. I believe that if my family, who knows me the best, and my closest coworkers, who work with me every day, have respect for me, then I'm a success and my leadership will be effective. If you have the courage, ask the people in your life who are closest to you what they respect most about you, and ask them to tell you in which areas you most need to grow. Then determine to improve based on their honest feedback.